I don't give a rock. I don't give a rock. Trick that. You got it, gang. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. If you want some, come get some.
What's up, ladies? Well, both of us
Bobby,
started.
you go ahead.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the one, the only, the lovely FTW Network. FTW Future Focus is here live, and I am your host, the Mastermind Bob Rogers. Finally at home, not at work, sitting here drinking my Monster Orange Dreamsicle. But Marcus is going to be a little bit late. Chris got technical difficulties. He won't be on. So let's go ahead and get our panel. First off, to my left, he is right now in Chicago, Illinois. Asshole. He is the president of Motown Wrestling Group. This man knows his wrestling, knows his women, knows his cigars, and knows his alcohol. He is the man. He is the second wise one. Tony Motown Allen. Tony, what's up?
What's going on, guys? And I had to rock Rhea Ripley today because Paul Heyman needs to acknowledge his mommy.
Yeah, that was deep.
Right?
I was going to weekly shows today for
man.
Ooh. Also, right up under me from Bloomfield, Indiana. If you heard the IWTV and you heard some voices, you probably heard them. If you watch Fight TV and you heard somebody commentating, you probably heard them. And just because of John Cena, he can't see you. He is the platinum voice. He is your not so humble correspondent, Robert Black. Rob, what's up?
It's all right. Still got the eye gear this week. Hopefully that'll be coming off in the next show or two, but still protecting the eyes. But that don't mean that I can't still rock and roll. So I'm good to go.
Great. Now, we got a long day ahead of us today. We got a couple of pay-per-views. We got a couple of things that we got to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We have two pay-per-views we got to cover. One is by AEW, one is by WWE.
Mm-hmm.
All of this is just interesting because these two pay-per-views, we're going to compare side by side after we tell our results and say who is the best out of these pay-per-views. Which show was the best? Not only are we going to do that, we're also going to pitch match of the night, or which basically is going to be, basically
one for each.
Yeah, one for each.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're going to go ahead and get this started. And basically, we're going to start off, since it was first, we'll go ahead and start off with the AEW pay-per-view WrestleDream. This was done in Seattle, Washington. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know what to think of this. I mean, it was a good concept. I heard WrestleDream. I'm like, the name itself kind of don't flow with the tongue.
Right.
I mean, it's like, what are you going to watch for WrestleDream?
Not the greatest name in the world, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Even Great Balls of Fire was a better name.
I have a lot to say about this show. But we will
This is a show that I think a lot of people have a lot to say about it. Well, let's kick it off. It kicked off with our world heavyweight champion, MJF, went against the tag team called the Righteous. I would like to start this one off because I'm going to be honest with you. The first time I saw the Righteous, I thought they were trash. I did not like the Righteous. I forgot what it was, what pay-per-view it was. I think it was Forbidden Door, but I could be wrong.
No, I think it was ROH pay-per-view. I think it was Death Before Dishonor.
Okay, then that might have been it.
Yeah,
because they showed us give me death and dishonor.
They took on the Dark Order.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because they sure did dishonor my eyes and caused me death watching them at that time. This time wasn't so bad though. I mean, MJF just brings it out of everybody. He plays this role perfect. He actually started it off and ran it through to where it's like, well, you know what's going to happen? Somebody's going to come out and cheat. And it didn't happen. What actually happened was MJF played it off, and he did, I call it a hunch line. I'm going to take you and ram you up his ass. And he literally did it. And he did it in a hilarious way. He got beat down. He came back, came from underneath. This was a perfect I can't say it was a perfect wrestling match, but this was a great wrestling match for a 1-on-2 occasion, and a good way for MJF to get off and let him go. So to get through and win this one. So I honestly, I thought, there it goes. I remember this was a 3.0 for me.
How much?
3. I get a 3.0. So it was interesting. Tony, go ahead.
I thought that was a good mixture of wrestling, and it actually had a WWE feel with the entertainment part. I mean, I think they really worked the crowd well. Some of this stuff was kind of a little off the cuff. No, but MJF was hyping stuff. I mean, he hit the kangaroo kick. He had the crowd pump body slam. But I like how they did this, though, because, I mean, it wasn't like what we were expecting. I did pick MJF to win this, but I thought it was going to be some shenanigans to go along with it, though. But the way they put it off, I kind of liked it, though. But the match itself, I thought it was decent. I thought it was okay. I didn't enjoy it as much as Bobby. I gave it a 2.5.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are graced by the man from Chicago, Illinois. He tells it like it is, silent but deadly, and a connoisseur of women's wrestling extraordinaire, marvelous Marcus Buckley. Hello, sir. And we just started on the WrestleDream pay-per-view. What did you think of the Righteous versus MJF?
It was okay. I mean, I think like the theme of the night is shit on Ring of Honor wrestlers, as far as I'm concerned. But I mean, I gave it a 2. It was okay, nothing special. MJF definitely got the crowd eating out of his hands. I mean, I've never seen. It's been years since I've seen anybody pop for a body slam or pop for a kangaroo kick. So I mean, the man's just the biggest babyface in wrestling right now. So I gotta give him props for that. But as a match itself, just a 2.
Okay. I usually hate comedy matches because they're normally not funny. But the way MJF delivered it was just excellent stuff. Ripping off Hancock and like getting the crowd to pop for simple stuff. And I picked the Righteous to win this because Cole is injured. So I thought they were going to like drop the belts immediately, but apparently not. So as much as I don't think that the match had the right ending, and as much as I'm leery against comedy matches, I have to agree with Tony, and I gave it a 2.5.
Oh. Okay, next. I was going to say Kofi Kingston. Excuse me. Eddie Kingston. Yeah, that would have been a screw up. Takes on Shibata.
Has
So-
anybody ever mixed up Kofi Kingston and Eddie Kingston?
That would be a hell of a tag team.
Because I wrote Kingston down. You know what I'm saying? I forgot to write Eddie Kingston. I just put Kingston. So I'm sorry. The first one that do come to mind to me is Eddie.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you say that I get it because if you think Kingston, you think Kofi.
Kobe, yeah. So, what the heck? But Rob, go ahead. Since we're dealing with a New Japan dude, go ahead.
Okay, I gave this match a 3. A lot of people don't. There are a lot of people that don't like the strong style, but Kingston and Shibata especially really made it interesting on this. And I picked Shibata to win, and I was wrong because I did not realize that both the New Japan and ROH titles were on the line. Apparently, they were like building up this thing for Shibata making a triple crown, but it didn't happen. But Kingston, in his element, he mixes the brawling with the Japanese style so well that I can see why they put the strong open weight title on him. So I thought the match was very competent, especially on Shibata's end, so I gave it a 3.
Okay. Marcus.
I gave the match a 2.75. It was a little bit better than I thought it was because Kingston doesn't do anything for me. I mean, this is a dude who should never take his shirt off, as far as I'm concerned. But I don't want to go on a rant on that. But but he was a little bit better than I thought he was. It's hard to believe this motherfucker got 2 title belts from 2 companies. It's kind of unbelievable to me, but nonetheless, I thought Shibata carried this match, and for this reason alone, I couldn't quite give it a 3, so 2.75.
And Tony.
Kind of agree with actually kind of agree with both of you guys. I mean, I'm not in love with the strong style, but I thought this was done a little bit better. But I'm just not big on Kingston. I mean, he doesn't really move me, but the fans like him for some reason, whatever that reason is. But I gave the match a 3. I thought it was a pretty decent match. It was definitely hard hitting and everything, and it was entertaining though. So a 3 for me.
Well, you guys are going to be surprised on this, but yeah, I hate Eddie Kingston. I hate him. I think he's a piece of trash. But I really came out loving Shibata.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like. I wish Shibata was wrestling somebody else on this. I wish he had a whole different opponent because Shibata has some skills. Shibata is one of those you got to pluck out and really work with. AEW is screwing up on this one. Now, I understand they didn't want to give up all the belts or whatever. They needed to. This man should be a Triple Crown winner. He should be having a whole bunch of belts hanging over his arm.
Oh, Shibata and Garcia was artwork.
Really?
That pure title match was spectacular.
I'm going to have to go back and check that one out because I'm telling you. This impressed me. And this is how much Shibata impressed me. Eddie Kingston had nothing to do with this rating.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. And I gave it a 3.75.
Oh, wow.
So that tells you how high I am on Shibata.
Yeah.
I was geeking when I was like, good Lord, what the? Yeah. Shibata is the truth. Now, that's one of the dudes they need to bring to go ahead and do what they need to do to get him popular, get him known to the American audience. That dude is the truth, straight truth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next matchup. Statlander took on Julia Hart for the TBS Championship. Marcus?
Oh, dear Lord.
Well, no, actually, Statlander is one of the few women I can actually watch. I actually like Statlander. What did I get this match? What did I get this shit? I I thought Julia Hart did okay. I'm trying to see what did I give this match. I know what I don't remember what I gave this match. I think I gave it 2.5. I thought it was okay. Like I said, Statlander is pretty good. I can't find my notes, but so just 2.5.
Real quick, you want to try? Chris think he got his technical difficulties fixed. You want to try it? Popping him in.
All right, we'll deal with that in a second. Go ahead, Tony.
All right, I'm kind of like, and it's kind of nice though, because honestly, after she won the title, I used to be a big Chris Statlander fan. Kind of fell off with her with the injuries, and when she was gone, when she came back and took the title from Jay, I was still kind of like, But her matches have been really, really good. I think she's probably one of the better women wrestlers in the company right now. And no matter who you put her in with, the matches have been good, and this was no exception. I mean, I thought they did really good with the David versus Goliath angle that they had going. I thought everything they did was believable with Julia Hart. I mean, yes, she is a little undersized though, but the way they wrestled it and the way they did it, I thought it really worked. I enjoyed this match. I enjoyed it a lot though. So I ended up giving it a 3.
Cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
I concur with Tony. I gave it a 3 as well. Statlander controlled the match very well. Julia Hart bumped off of her like the smaller wrestler should. A lot of the stuff that they did off the top rope was fantastic, especially that spot where Julia tried to crib on Bray Wyatt a little bit to add to her creepiness. A very good touch, and Julia Hart has come along. So yeah, I agree with Tony. The match was enjoyable for what it was, and Statlander went over and kept her heat. So yeah, 3 for me on that one.
I also like the miss attempt too, like when she tried to miss her.
Yeah. Well, see, I've got some notes later on for that, but I'll table it for now.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and say this.
Here we go.
Everybody knows I love women's wrestling. Everybody knows I love women's wrestling. I'm totally opposite of Marcus. Marcus hates it, except for certain people. I love it, except for a few people. This is one that I felt like the Rio effect was going on. And I'm sorry I had to put it like that, Rob, because I know you love Rio, but to me, again, it's that I'm 10 pounds with a brick in my bag, and I'm going to grip this girl that's 150, and I'm believing she's doing damage to her. If she would have sprayed her eyes with the mist, and she would have connected and did some of this stuff to her, I could have believed that a little more because she's off balance. You know what I mean? She can't see, so she can have her way with her. Okay, I can deal with that because she can get leverage that way. But Statlander is strong. She's competing with Jade Cargill for all people. And you're going to have her, the next person she wrestle is Riho with a brick in her bag? And this girl is supposed to do damage? I'm sorry, it just was not believable for me in that instant. But, though, the video with Julia was interesting. That promo video was very interesting. Her marketing that they're doing towards her is interesting. You said Bray Wyatt. I thought Schism. I could see her leaving AEW and literally going over to NXT and being under the Rock's daughter and Gacy for Schism. I could see that. She has gotten better. She is improving. I guess I'm in a situation that some people was in a situation with Jay Cargill. You know, She does have a look. She has an authentic look with this Wookiee thing. And I can't take that away from her. So I kind of was torn in this match. I don't think Statlander should have gave her as much as she did, but I kind of understood why they did, but I didn't like it either. I was all torn up in this match. It was like seeing your ex-wife again and you want money, but really don't want to deal with it, but you want that money. So I gave it a 3.
Wow.
I gave it a 3 because of her improvement and her entrance and what they're doing with her. And I know she's a work in progress. But at the same time, half of the stuff was not believable for me. That's why I gave it right there in the middle of the board a 3. At least I'm trying to be fair here, all right?
Yeah. Okay.
What you were saying, you're rating this after what you thought about it. I wasn't expecting a 3.
Yeah, because I thought the match could have got higher, to tell you the truth. I think when she missed missing her was a key element that could have made it a much higher rated match.
I've got some missed comments, but I'm going to save them for later because I got a point to make about that, but I'll table that for now.
Right on. Next matchup. It is the 4-way tag match.
Mm-hmm.
Young Bucks. Who else was in it?
Young
The
Bucks,
Gun.
Lucha Brothers,
Hook and Orange Cassidy.
the Hook and Orange Cassidy, and
The Gun. Billy Gunn's
and
kids.
and the Guns. Yes.
The Ass Boys.
Yes.
Rob, go. Take
Yeah,
it
I'll
first.
start this off.
Please do.
I gave this 2 1/4. It has all the problems of a scramble match. It didn't help that Ray Phoenix got knocked out of the box early because his shoulder or back was giving him problems. They physically took him out of the match in order to save him for later. And it just doesn't work that the Bucks are going to get another shot at FTR. It just seemed like it's ground we've already covered, and it seems obvious what they're trying to do and market, but I just don't buy it anymore. And I'm starting to, I already appreciated the complaints that everyone has about the Bucks not being able to do other types of matches, but it really showed here. They've only, Nick and Matt Jackson only want to be in the ring with people who highlight their strengths, and they can't do anything else. And this was unearned to me, and it was just a typical scramble match, so it only gets 2 1/4.
Marcus.
Well, I gave match a 2, just like Rob said, another AEW multi-person match.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Young Bucks won, I wrote down, I smell bullshit on the horizon, because we all know what's coming. So I'm like, so that really just fucked up my mood for this show. But other than that, I gave it a 2.
Tony.
The funniest thing with this match is there's 4 teams in here, and every team was picked by somebody on this panel except the winners.
Yeah, because it made the least sense.
Yeah, exactly.
It did. I didn't mind this match as a wrestling match itself. I know the Bucks like wrestling with the Lucha Brothers because they kind of like they gel well, and the spot fest I don't mind. I didn't mind this match as far as the placement in the card because it was different than the other stuff. The one thing I liked with WrestleDream was the fact that like we were getting a lot of different stuff. So I didn't really mind the little spot fest they had going on. I really enjoyed this match until the Bucks won. to be 1,000% honest with you. The Guns impressed me. Like, they're becoming a really, really good tag team. I see why they're on the main show. Like, because before, it's like, why is they claim doing pre-show and these kids are on the main show? I'm starting to see why they're on the main show. Not saying the claim shouldn't be, but I'm starting to see it with them. I love Lucha Brothers. It just kind of sucks that Ray got hurt. And honestly, Orange Cassidy and Hook did pretty good. So anybody else other than the winners made sense. Because of the outcome, I gave the match a 2.5. It would have been a lot higher. Anybody else would have won.
All right, my turn.
Okay, Bobby, bring out the whips.
I got more than whips. I brought all the toys for this match.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Is that the first one?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm flipping.
Really? In a half hour in this show?
Yeah.
We don't make that out of a half a minute.
This match was so bad, I can't even remember who was in it. Except for the Guns. They are a true, authentic tag team. They should be pushed a lot more for them titles than what they are. And if you remember, and if you think well, and if everybody who watches this on replay or whatever thinks about this, I predicted something like this would happen a few episodes ago. I said the Bucks was going to come back and go find a way to weasel their way in and find some type of stipulation to come in and face FTR again to try to get them on FTR. And guess what happened? They found some little stipulation so they can face FTR again and try to weasel a win. And then they say, oh, so we're tied now, so we need to have another match. And then the Bucks win again. Anybody seeing what I've been saying for the longest? I've been waving my arms with an orange flag saying the same darn thing. Flares, dynamite, fireworks, everything I've been exploding. And all I've been hearing is, oh, you just don't like the Bucks. You can't stand the Bucks. You don't like them because they don't like CM Punk. You don't like them because of this. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I am an admitted CM Punk fan. I've always said that. But the main thing that I've explained, and I explained it to Tony a lot, is not because of CM Punk. It's because of the business that the Bucks do. This right here is blatant. If CM Punk was still there, this would not happen. But now, since he's gone, we can do what we want. So let's go mess over FTR. Word of advice, and I'm going to say this straight up. FTR, the Guns, please, ask for your release early. Get out of there. Go to WWE. Endeavor don't look like they that bad. Might be fooled later on, but at least right now, you rather deal with the devil you know than the devil you don't know. And I ain't talking about MJF. Because he'll be over there too. This is all about a young Bucks showcase. This is not business. This is not me thinking who is the best in your statue. This is not about a company trying to grow. This is about showcasing the Bucks and making them look like they're gods when their arms are too short to box with God. Fuck the Young Bucks and fuck Tony Khan. Marcus, I know you enjoy this because it seems like every week Tony Khan has said, remember what Bobby said about a year ago? I keep telling you to hold my beer. I am so sick of this. It is really making me lose patience. Because this is not, I cannot stress how much this is about. Business. WWE was screwing people one way by not how can I say it? Not promoting
using them to their full potential.
There you go. AEW might be using them to their full potential, but they screwing up by story because they want certain people to shine and certain people don't. Same thing. What are we cheering for them and spending our money for them for, and they're not giving us quality matches at least? At least WWE, I get 1 or 2 quality matches out of it. Okay, 1. Sorry, Tony. But my thing is this. Why am I going to spend my money? Why am I going to cheer for you when you're doing the same thing only on a different spectrum? And more slimy spectrum there is than that.
We'll get there. Again, tabled, but yeah.
Yes, yeah. So I gave this match a 1.
Okay.
Before we move on from this
You
match,
got the
though,
1 that was for the gun.
but before we move on, speaking of the guns, though, before we move on for this match, did y'all catch the guns' little tribute to the New Age Outlaws trying to pin each other?
Yeah.
Yes.
Love
That
that.
was cool. That's what gave it a 1 because of the guns, man. I mean, you had 4 teams in there. I don't think Orange Cassidy and God dog it.
Hook.
I don't think Orange Cassidy and Hook should ever be a tag team. Don't think that at all.
Well, there's
no
an example.
Hook should be taken more seriously and going for a championship.
They should be singles competitors primarily.
Right.
Yes.
No, not primarily all the time. Hook don't need a tag team partner.
Okay.
But
I mean, for his gimmick, he doesn't need to be in a tag team.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Not at all.
I don't see him having except his dad. That's the only person I can accept as a tag team partner is his dad. And then I like to see Rey Mysterio and Dominic versus Taz and Hook.
That's interesting, but unfortunately, I don't think Taz can move anymore.
No, he can't.
I wish he could, though.
That's sad too, because I would love to see Taz and Joe.
Yes, that would be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to the next matchup. Oh man, I can't. Why is it that when we talk about AEW, there's a run of shows, a run of matches that's always somewhere in there that make me want to go to the bathroom. And it's because of certain people's name.
Exactly.
Swerve when I drive. Swerve when I drive. I wish he was in the car and ran over this guy, Hangman Page. Swerve and Hangman Page. Marcus, take it over.
I enjoyed Swerve in this match. I thought this might have been one of Swerve's best matches as a single. He carried this match. He was the star of this match, and I gave it a 3. You know, I wish he would have had a better opponent to work with than Page. Their styles completely clash. I mean, you know, Swerve really had to work to get something out of this match. So I gave it a 3.
Right on. Tony.
Swerve was, I mean, to me, this was Swerve's best AEW match. And it's not even close. Like, he did look like a legit star. I actually thought him and Paige worked well together, though, because this match was really, really good. And I really thought they complemented each other well in this match. Swerve is definitely calling the shots. He definitely had lead, though, but I thought they played off each other well. There was some good bumps in this match. I mean, there was a nasty spot on the steps that I was just like, damn. And Prince now is starting to amuse me too. But I love this match. I loved it from beginning to end. I gave it a 3.75.
Okay.
Marcus, what'd you give it?
3.
Okay.
Wow, go ahead.
Tony, you and I are clicking today for some reason. I gave this the same score, 3 3/4. Strickland is a certified talent and always has been. And the fact that he matched Page style for style and move for move was very impressive, and they made it a fast-paced, brutal match between the two of them, and I ate it up. This was the start of the, well, not exactly the start, but it was the point at which this pay-per-view really started to bump up for me. So Strickland versus Page, even though they do contrast, Strickland is just such an amazing talent. So yeah, 3 3/4 for me.
Well, you're gonna be shocked by this. Of course, I love Swerve in this match. I did.
Mm-hmm.
But Swerve did so much in this match. He literally carried this match for me.
Mm-hmm.
Hangman Page, I'm agreeing with Marcus here. Hangman Page hung himself tonight. He literally hung himself. Because this match showed what a star can do versus a friend of the executives that get a spot can do. This match showed skill versus I don't need to listen to any veterans in the locker room. This match showed a student of the game versus a pretender of the game. Swerve Strickland stepped up in this match so well. I was jumping up and down, not only because he was beating the shit out of Hangman. Don't get me wrong. That was an added pleasure. I enjoyed that thoroughly. But my thing that I was about was Swerve finally showed that he can lead not only a match, but a story. He can lead the emotions of people to hate him and to love him. This man showed what a superstar can be and should be. And I can't help but give this match a 4.0 because off of Swerve Strickland alone. I'm not saying this because I'm hating on Hangman Page, because I am a little bit, but
You're loving on Strickland more than you are hating on Page.
I mean, Marcus, was it just me? But when you was watching this match, you was like, why the fuck did the WWE let him do this shit?
Exactly. Vince missed a boat. I don't know if because Vince was watching the whole hit roll and got rid of just like, fuck it, I'm getting rid of all of them. Or what? That's what I'm thinking.
I'm sorry. He didn't miss the boat. He missed the whole fucking dock.
Yeah.
White chair and all.
Yeah, I think he was watching Top Dollar and B-Fab and just said, fuck it, I'm getting that all.
I mean, I know Top Dollar's big and he can eclipse some shit, but you can't miss that type of a star.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like, what the fuck was Vince McMahon doing?
Okay, gentlemen, there is something that I want to point out. In all the releases that have happened in WWE recently with talent specifically, have you noticed the pattern in that most, if not all, were of some kind of mixed heritage?
What do you mean?
I mean that most of the people that were released were minorities, with the exception of Matt Riddle.
That's a given.
And Dolph Ziggler.
You might as well call Matt Riddle a brother because that dude smoked more weed than Snoop.
well. Now think about it. Elias, Madcap Moss, Emma.
Yeah.
I mean,
nah, they got rid of a decent amount of white people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well, maybe I was waiting that long.
Emma like brothers.
So, well, yeah, but she still.
Emma's from Australia, though. We're also
but you know what? But she's still white to the rest of the world, though, regardless.
No. They don't consider that white when you like brothers. No, you on the other side then. I'm
Well,
serious.
still, okay. Outside of Indiana, she's considered white to everybody else.
I'm not saying outside
Oh,
Indiana.
man.
Okay.
That's
Oh.
Arkansas. That's all the prejudice states. I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, what?
Oh.
Okay.
You mess with a black dude, you black now. You ain't white no more. You know, you been with a black dude.
Oh.
We can't fit them holes no more.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. I'm sorry I started that. I was just pointing out something. Oh, good Lord. Anyway, let's go on to the next match, please, before we go down a hole that we don't want to find.
I want to find out more.
I want to say, damn, you set
Thank
Tony
you
up that
for
one.
joining
You
us on
tried, damn.
FTW Future. That was my fault.
No, yeah, that was
All three of them
Oh,
jumped
come
on
on, Rob.
that one.
yeah.
When it comes to Emma, I wouldn't mind going down under.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on
Kangaroo
FTW
kick.
Future Focus. Thank you for joining us. Oh my God. Rapid fire. You're making up for the first half hour. Next, for the love of
That's
God.
what she said.
Thank you for joining us on FTW.
Oh.
Oh, well, that degenerated fast.
Oh.
Okay, next match Starks versus Yuta.
Yeah. Let me go first in this one.
Well, what's that?
Let me go first in this one.
Go ahead, Bobby.
I was not into this match. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was just like, it's there. So I gave it a 2.5 because it just really didn't do anything for me. It's like that girl that you date thinking all that's gonna happen at the end and you don't get the 4 hands. So
Thank you for joining us on FTW. I'll ding that one just out of courtesy.
Hey, can I go next?
Go ahead, Tony.
And if you guys say I want to go next, I'm pretty much going to piggyback on what Bobby said. Because it wasn't bad, but it was like, it was just meh. And another thing that didn't help this match, in my opinion, for me, was John Moxley on commentary. Like that kind of like, but I did like the powerbomb spot. They had like a sick powerbomb during that match, which was really cool. But outside of that, it was like a for me. So, and I gave it a 2.5 as well. It was kind of like middle of the road. Wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and go.
Yeah,
and
go
to
ahead.
piggyback off the rest, keep piggybacking. Not only was Bobby not into it, but I wrote down the crowd wasn't into this match at all.
yeah,
I mean, it was like crickets doing that match. I mean, I thought it was okay. I expected it to be a much better actual wrestling match that we didn't get. So I can only give it a 2 personally.
Rob.
I gave it a 2.75, 2 3/4. I give it a little bit more credit because Yuta and Starks work together very well. But the problem with this match is that, number one, it was too short. They didn't have enough time to get together what they needed to get together. Number two,
telling me that.
well, number two, it was obvious that that Starks was going over, so there wasn't a whole lot of tension there because ever since he lost the pure title for ROH, Yuta has been just kind of a lackey for the Combat Club. And it did take away from it that Moxley was on commentary. He wouldn't give anybody else a chance to breathe. He got fined several times for using bad language on air.
Good.
And how do you run over JR on commentary? You don't do that.
No respect.
Exactly. Well, JR's a legend, but Moxley was just going. He didn't need to do that. So... but you guys do have a point in that Yuta and Starks didn't really it didn't really click with the audience. I think it's because they didn't have enough time and there wasn't enough stakes. So, but it was a great sound match though. So 2 3/4 for me.
And I even got a note here. I remember them saying, I don't know if it was it wasn't JR, but it was the British dude, I think. They said
McGuinness.
I told him to lay out.
Yeah, Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah, he told him straight to lay out.
I think he was getting annoyed with Moxley.
Yeah, told him shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Moxley don't need to be on commentary. He really don't even need to have a job, to tell you the truth, except in GCW.
Oh, damn.
I mean, he needs to go to GCW and stay there.
Well, he did own a piece of it for a while. I don't know if he sold it or what he did, but
well, he needs to go back to the garbage can because that's not. That's I think AEW is too good for him. I'm starting to understand why now WWE released him. All the questions are being answered right now by Jon Moxley. I mean, would you want that representing you at the Make-A-Wish Foundation?
Well, probably not. But then again, well, Moxley is not a commercial guy. He's a get in there and beat the crap out of people guy. So it's two different worlds.
Check this out. This is the thing, though. And this is what bothers me, and this is where I got a problem with the Young Bucks, too. And I hate to keep mentioning them, but it just proves my point about certain people. You have to have a marketability. You have to have something about you besides doing cool moves or doing dangerous stuff. You have to have some type of marketability so you can sell to the fans and get that money in that door with T-shirts, other stuff. That's just the wrestling business. And we can't get away from those fundamentals. And that's what we keep doing. And this is what everybody's like, oh, well, we're trying to get away from the machine and blah, blah, blah. Well, listen, if it ain't for machines in today's world, you ain't getting shit. If people ain't going out in the yard picking cotton, you got a darn a machine that'll do it for you. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a machine somewhere.
Well, Bobby,
it's the use of the machine that's the problem.
Well, that's true, but Bobby, there's more than one kind of market here, and AEW appeals to be. I got a point to make about that too later on, but there is a market for AEW. It's just not the same market that WWE has. Not anymore.
I got what you said. We'll go to that later, though.
Yeah, we'll table that too later.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. The woman is banging one of the Bella twins.
Garcia twins.
She's saying that every night. Took on. Who was this dude?
Zack Sabre Jr.
Zack Sabre Jr. You know what? I'm going to go last to this one. Marcus, go first.
I gave this match 4.25. I mean, I really enjoyed this match. This is when they said technical wrestling, this is exactly what this was. I mean, to me, this match really showcased how good Zack Sabre Jr. really is as a technical wrestler. I mean, this is the best technical wrestling match I've seen since maybe Dean Malenko first joined WCW. That's what I thought about when I saw this match. The only thing I thought they could have did better was the ending. When I thought it only should have took one running knee for Daniel Bryan to beat Sabre Jr. I thought it was a perfect setup when I think Sabre missed a clothesline and Danielson rebounded off the corner and came out with the knee. I thought that should have been a finish. But of course, like with AEW, you can't win with one freaking finishing move. You got to do it at least 2-3 damn times to pin somebody. So that kind of just was a little downer for the match, but it was so good. I'm not even going to ding the match that hard. So 4.25 for me.
Oh my God. Marcus would tell me.
All right. I love this match. I love the technical aspect of the match. I'm not super familiar with Zack Sabre Jr., so I was pleasantly surprised. I was not expecting this to be better than Danielson and Okada, but it was. And I also liked, I mean, it was like a hard hitting technical match. Like they had a little bit of strong style, like not full fledged though, but it was a hard hitting match as well. Some real good spots. They were selling. Okay, the three knees you didn't need the multiple running knees. You are right about that, Marcus. But I really did love this match. I gave it a 4.75.
Rob.
Full Monty. 5 damn stars, and right now this is my lead for match of the year. This match, yes, this match had everything. It had every aspect of professional wrestling going back 120 years. From Gotch versus Hackenschmidt to Omega versus Ospreay, this match had it all, and I want Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, to be the executive producer of all of the of all AEW programming. I want him in charge of the whole damn thing. I want him to be the EVP instead of the Bucks, Omega, and Page. That guy needs to be in charge, because if he was the one that was calling that match, then he is maybe the best wrestler of the last 20 years. This match was that damn good, and there's not a whole lot more that I can add to it. Yeah, there were a couple of things. Maybe it should have ended with the first knee, maybe not. But this, you want to talk about marketing, Bobby? This match is what I want to see. That is my product, and nothing else could compare. So 5 stars, lead for match of the year candidate, right up there with Omega, Ospreay, and practically everything else. I can't praise this match enough.
It definitely should have been the main event of this show.
Yeah.
My turn. What did this match have that you know that I love?
Or submission?
Think about
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Good Lord. I felt like I was in a smorgasbord. I'm not going to say I want Daniel Bryan to be an EVP, because he does come up with some dumb shit sometimes. But it is very few far in between, so I could probably deal with it. But this right here, this shit right here, this shit is what you call wrestling. This is the shit. This was the top shit. This is what I talk about all the fucking time. This is the type of wrestling I want to see all the time. Everything. The fundamentals, the story, the acts, the misses, the counters, the counters counter. This is wrestling. Not no flippity doodah, I'm an Aunt Jemima pancake. This is wrestling.
It had some of that too, though. Just enough.
No, it didn't.
Just a little bit. Tiny bit.
Okay. I will give you a little bit, but they mixed it into where it told a story.
Yes.
Not like the Young Bucks.
Yeah, this match made the Young Bucks look like morons. This match had...
The Young Bucks make the Young Bucks look like morons. I mean...
Granted, this match had a seasoning of everything that wrestling has been since the turn of the last century.
Yes. And like you said, it had every element of the past wrestling styles all in the one match, up to Omega. I was tripping. He did a better Omega than Omega.
Yes. This match is chicken soup for the wrestling fan's soul. Go out and see it if you missed it.
But this is the thing that bothered me, though. Did you see how the crowd reacted? Most of the time, they were confused. They didn't know how to take this mostly.
Not at every part.
No. Some parts they did, but for the most part, they did not know how to take this match, and that scares me.
Well,
Because that means if that's the case, the fundamentals and the essence of wrestling is literally dying with our generation.
No. So, Bobby, crowd reactions sometimes don't always match your expectations. Look at the way that Japanese crowds react. They don't boo and cheer the same way that we do, and AEW fans are sometimes like that. It doesn't mean that they're not enjoying the match. It means that they're reacting the way the Japanese do sometimes. They're savoring it.
I got a question.
Okay.
Where was this held? What was the show held?
The show was held in Seattle.
Which had nothing to do with Japan.
It's West Coast, though. We're talking about fans who, there's a dojo in California for New Japan, so they're familiar with that product.
Okay. But my
and Zack Sabre Jr. is the New Japan Pro Wrestling TV champion, so that crowd is familiar, and they could conceivably react the way a Japanese crowd could. So just because they were a little bit quiet during some of the technical stuff, that just means they were paying attention. It doesn't mean they were hating on it.
I could see that, but with the crowd and what they cheer for mostly, it's hard for me to believe that. I mean, because
AEW can get complicated.
This is the reason why. And I'm going to put a question out here right in the middle of this, just to ask all three of you something. All four of us love this match. I give it a 5. I give it the perfect score of 5. All right, just to let you know. So we got a 5. What was it? 4.75 with a 4.25.
Yes.
All right. My question is this, though. How in God's green earth can we love this match and rate it as high as we do, but some of us, and I'm not saying, I mean, most of us don't, but some fans out there, AEW fans, can at the same time cheer for the Young Bucks and that stuff?
Oh, that's easy, because this is what they're used to. I mean, you gotta remember, AEW, its foundation was the Elite, and them doing this kind of shit, to flip it and this, that, and the other. Whereas the four of us have been watching, are used to seeing those type of matches since the 90s. Whereas I don't think the average AEW fan was watching wrestling back in the 90s. So this is what they grew up watching, was the stuff that the Young Bucks and people like that do, compared to what we saw in this match.
Well, to be fair, a lot of people who are watching wrestling now weren't even born in the 90s. So, exactly. Yeah, but I think that there's a combination of things here, that the AEW fans feel a loyalty to the Young Bucks because they were part of the foundation of the company, number one. Number two, they enjoy the lucha style, which is the only thing the Bucks know. So they're more tolerant of it than we are. Notice that I gave the scramble match 2 1/4 because that's all the Bucks do, and I want to see more out of them. When they wrestle FTR, they are forced to do more. And I like those matches when the Bucks are forced to do more. But when they aren't, they get lazy. That's why they wrestle the Lucha Bros a lot. But the fact that AEW fans are so sophisticated that they can love a match like this and yet still love a lucha match is proof that there's a market for it and it can evolve into more. That's why they're tolerant of the Young Bucks. It's not necessarily because they're good people, they're assholes, but they enjoy the style, and it's catching on. Kilroy was here.
Can I say this though? And let me ask this: do you think that style caught on because it was like basically fuck McMahon with what he was doing with people, or do you think it was catching on because it was actually a good style? Because I look at it as I'm thinking that people got sick of McMahon's bullshit, especially those few years to where SmackDown and Raw was garbage. I mean, no matter what, SmackDown and Raw was putting out some horrible shit. I mean, I think we can all remember that time. Because
Yeah.
he's sick. You know what I'm saying? To even think about it. I mean, but during that time when you had stuff that was so bad, and then this was coming around, do you think we were just like attaching to it because it was not fucking WWE, or do you think we was attached to it because it was good?
I think it's a combination of both. Sometimes it can be rotten. Sometimes it can be rotten. Lucha can be done bad. I've seen it done bad before. And by the Young Bucks, I've seen it done bad before. But WWE pushed people to the point where they wanted an alternative no matter what it was. And again, that's other stuff that we will cover in the next thing. But Tony, if you want to answer, go ahead.
I think it's a matter of like, you don't just have to like one style though. So you can like lucha style and like the technical style. Like, I don't want a whole show with just one style. I like the mixture. I was a fan of lucha stuff before AEW was around. So when they wrestled the Lucha Brothers, I don't mind it. Also, a huge fan of Penta. So it's just a matter of like sometimes you want this, sometimes you want this. I like this show because of the variety. I absolutely love this match, but I would have rated that scramble match higher if anybody on that other than the Bucks would have won. I penalized it because of who won, not for the match itself. So I mean, it's not really it's not really matter like, okay, I like this, or I can't like this, or vice versa. No, you can like everything. No, you can like that style. Sometimes I like squash matches, like the old fashioned squash matches is entertaining to me though. So I mean, you put two powerhouses in there, you're not gonna get a technical sound match if you put like two powerhouses in the ring, but it is what it is, and it's entertaining though. So give me the variety and everything. But the Buck style doesn't bother me. It's the political stuff and all the extra bullshit that come along with it. But the style itself, I was a Buck fan when it was in ROH before AEW was around. When we used to go to see them in Chicago Red, I used to love their matches. I like the spot fest. So I mean, I can appreciate it. Give me variety though. I don't want a whole show of that shit, but like a technical here, spot fest here, powerhouse match here. No, mix it up, a little brutality. I'm good. Entertain me.
I got you. I can feel you. I don't know. It's just something about. I can't say I don't like Lucha. I do, because Lucha Underground. I started watching some of that, and I'm like, oh wow. So this is how this is what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the one that shocked me off of Lucha Underground. Sorry to get off of this, but I gotta say this: it's one dude off of Lucha Underground that surprised me. It was that real big motherfucker.
Matanza?
Yeah, he had the mask on and shit.
Yeah, Matanza.
How the fuck? I mean, I'm like, this big motherfucker.
Wait. Do you know who Matanza is?
No.
Jeff Cobb.
The dude that I like. Wow, for real?
Yes.
Hey, I can pick him. Oh, wow.
Do you say you like him? I know you like Jeff Cobb. I'm like, I don't think you realize it's him.
No, I did not realize it was him. I just thought that was a big dude. And I'm just like, what the? Whoa.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so let's get back on track here because I'm screwing stuff up. My bad. But it was a good conversation. I had that.
Oh yeah.
Somebody remind me of this next one. It was
Jericho. Jericho, Omega, and Ibushi versus the Callis family.
That was the reason why I don't remember because okay.
You don't like the Golden Sex Lovers?
Marcus,
thank you for joining us.
Please, just get us out of this.
I don't even think I remember what I had for this match. I think if I can't find what I wrote on this match, but I think it was, if I remember right, I thought it was okay. I think I was happy. I was really surprised that Don Callis' team won, because I was really surprised that Omega and Jericho was going to lose again on another pay-per-view. So that really surprised me. I think I gave this match a 3. I can't remember, but I think I gave it a 3.
Okay. Rob.
Actually, I really enjoyed this match. I gave it 4.5. It was the reason being that this was a scramble match done right. You've got 6 singles wrestlers in a 6-man tag that are all teeing off on each other. Bushi and Takeshita need a feud together. Omega versus I'm trying to remember who else was in the match. Jericho versus Guevara is a feud, and Omega versus who was the Ospreay? Yes, Ospreay was in this match. So Omega versus Ospreay, Ibushi versus Takeshita, and Sammy and Jericho. Those 3 singles matches, crisscrossed and highlighted in a 6-man tag, is the way a scramble should be, and the style emphasizes that thing. And it worked so well that I gave it a 4.5. It was really exciting to see those feuds intersect, especially with the Golden Lovers history and with the possibilities of feuds down the road. So I really enjoyed this.
Tony.
I really enjoyed this as well. I'm gonna try to keep it short because we are overtime, but I enjoyed this match. I agree with most of the stuff that Rob was saying, and I also like the fact that like Jericho put Sammy over, because I kind of felt like Sammy was like the little fish in a big pond on this match when you look at star power and everything else. So I really thought this was big for him coming out, like just so that he's a legit player and everything. And that's who they should be pushing, or the younger ones versus the older ones. So I gave it a 4.
Marcus, what did you give us?
3.
I guess I'm Debbie Down on this one. I did not like this. You could just tell the styles didn't mesh. I mean, there was a lot of spots in here that just wasn't spots. It just didn't. There's a lot of misses on here, and I think this should have been 3. Rob made a point, 3 singles matches intersecting and intertwining. Mm-hmm. I think that was they thought a little too much into their own hype. Takeshita is awesome. Awesome. I love him. Okada surprised me. I think that was his name. What's his name?
Ibushi.
Ibushi, sorry. I'm getting mixed up. Sorry. But Ibushi was not did not impress me at all. He did not impress me at all. But Takeshita, yeah. But check this out. The family's going to go over very well in the future. I see them doing well things. I didn't like this match. I guess this wasn't meant for me. I gave it a 2. I wasn't too happy with it. Next matchup, FTR versus the Aussie. Oi. Tony, go ahead.
I'm not sure if I was expecting more out of this match. I mean, this was almost like it was okay. Wasn't great, but it was okay. I get a match of 3. The Aussie Open had some good moments in this match. I love them. Like, I really became people have been talking about them for a while, way before I have. I'm really starting to enjoy them. There's a couple of moments in the match where I thought they were going to win. Did like the finish, the Shattered Dreams to win it. It was a good match, and I gave it a 3. It didn't wow me though. I think my expectation was more than what they gave me.
Marcus.
I gave it a 3.5. I've been saying for a long time that Aussie Open is the second best tag team in AEW, and I think they really look good in this match. I was disappointed that even though I think they're the second best tag team in the company, this match wasn't as good as with FTR and the Golden Elite. But still, nonetheless, I thought they looked good in this match. I hate the way they're being booked. Losing to people like MJF and Cole and shit like that. But nonetheless, I thought it was a pretty good match. 3.5.
She might be like me, like it was good, but I just expected more out of them.
Rob.
I agree with Tony. I expected a little more out of this match, but I bumped it up to 4.25 because FTR delivers every time they get in the ring, and Aussie Open really compliments them. It was a great match, but I think it suffered a little from its placement in the card. It ended up in the death spot for whatever reason. I think maybe because they wanted Danielson and Sabre Jr. in the middle of the show, and so for some reason this match got the death spot when it probably should have been the 6-man with the Callis family. Still, it was a great match for what it was, but they didn't really step on the gas enough. They could have done a whole lot more with it, but still, 4.25, it's still a great match.
I did expect more out of this myself. Aussies are real good. FTR, of course, is FTR. Pimp daddies. But I did expect more out of this. There was a lot of missed spots in this one as well. I think the last few matches were a lot of missed spots, but honestly, FTR did carry it. But not only FTR, I think the Debbie Downer for me was the little dude on Aussie. The big dude was getting it.
Oh
the
God,
big
yeah,
dude was getting it.
yes.
I gotta give his problems. Big dude was hitting it hard. So I think the little dude is the one that's the main problem and subtracted from this match. He messed it up so bad. I gave it a 3.25. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 3.25. Because that little dude messed it up a lot in that match. A lot of fundamentals, a lot of things that I would expect him to do and perform well at the stage of his career, and he just didn't. Yeah. Big dude, though, love him. Love to see more of him. Yeah, and of course, guess what? FTR and Young Bucks again. So
that was part of the reason I thought the Aussie Open might win. Give me something different.
And our main events. We got Darby Allin versus Christian Mother Cage. Let me go first. I'm going to go first in this one because I am so happy. I am giddy about this. I'm sorry. Christian Cage is the man. He is the veteran heel of all veteran heels. This dude took off with this, and it's just, he leveling up every rip. And on top of that, the aftermath that happened after the match, he got Nick, that kid Nick, to turn on his own family and his boy. And then on top of that, Edge comes through. Oh, I'm sorry, Adam Copeland.
The rated R superstar,
Yes.
Adam Copeland.
Rated R superstar. Adam Copeland comes through. And that stuff happens to where they don't put the Concerto on the thing, because I was thinking they was gonna do it. And that didn't happen. It was, man, I'm sorry. This was one of the perfectly laid out matches that I think we have seen in a while. I gave it a 5 as well. This was perfect. This was excellent. I'm sorry. Everybody needed to take notes on how to have a match off of this because Christian broke it down from beginning all the way to the end. Can't beat it. Marcus.
I gave this match also 4.25. I thought the story it told was laid out perfectly. I've got a prediction that at the rate he's going, if he continues this, Darby Allin is going to be paralyzed by 2030.
Oh, that's a given.
This dude is out of his fucking mind. The bumps he took off the stairs and taking backflips on the exposed mat. This dude is nuts. I just not understanding why he's doing this to himself, but be that as it may, I mean, I love the heel turn with the young boy. I mean, you know, Christian is the best heel in wrestling right now. That segment with the dude's mother I was rolling. I mean, that was hilarious to me, but I enjoyed this match from beginning to end. 4.25.
Rob.
It was a great match. I rated it a 4, solid 4, because the first fall was hilarious. The way that Darby put the shirt over Christian's head and stole one. As the match progressed and got more and more violent, it was really juicy and I really enjoyed it. It's just after a while, it got really excessive. And they, especially when he rolled the ring canvas back, and they tried to make it too much of a hardcore match without making it into a hardcore match. If they wanted to make it a Texas death, then they should have just called it a Texas death instead of a 2 out of 3. But the execution of it was excellent, and especially the ending where they teased things with the storyline with Copeland and Cage, and especially the aftermath of it. I did love the match, but it just it was at the end of the night, which it suffered because of its placement again. But overall, a fantastic match. I gave it a 4.
And Tony.
I gave it 4.5. One thing I had in my nose, Marcus already pointed out, and this kind of took away from me from the match. The spots with Darby Allin is getting ridiculous, to be honest. Like, the kid does not need to be taking those risks at all. But I enjoyed the match. 4.5 was all Christian Cage. All Christian Cage. He is on another level. And I want to say thank you, Christian, because you've been talking about Nick Wayne's mom, and I didn't see her until Sunday, and oh my God.
Yeah, she's
I
actually
put it on Nick Wayne's mom on my damn self.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Wow.
Nick, I'm about to be your daddy.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Holy, I concur, but I wasn't going to say it.
Any straight man would concur.
Well, yes. Unless you're dead from the waist down, you would concur.
Man, when they put the camera, oh, that was the highlight of the night.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
But yeah, I give it a 4.5. I really did enjoy it. I like Adam Copeland coming back. You know, he still calls himself the Radar Superstar, more like PG-13 lately to me, but good to see him back.
Well, we'll see where it goes.
He hasn't been rated R since Lita.
I would have been rated R with Nate's mom, I can tell you that.
Oh, man.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
All right, that was a good review on that one. But let's go on because we are getting short on time.
Yeah, we're pushing it a little bit.
Yeah, let's go. We got the one, the only WWE Fastlane. Wow, happened last night right here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Downtown at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. 14,000 was supposed to be strong. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm getting sick of these numbers because I looked. I saw where there was nobody sitting. And I know you can put some seats down there where the ring is. Don't get me wrong, okay? That was not 14,000.
I was thinking they need to stop doing an attendance announcement. Let's stop throwing those numbers out because they bullshit.
I had 800,000 at the.
You're gonna be honest with it. Don't even say shit if you're not gonna tell us the truth.
I mean, why would you do that? I mean, I don't understand that.
WWE has a habit of inflating their numbers. And the reason they do it is because they want to market as much as possible.
Are they inflating their egos?
Maybe. I mean, they do have a new parent company, so we're talking about, they're trying to sell that to the best of their ability. And that's okay. Lately, WWE pay-per-views have been a chock full of filler, and it's been driving me crazy. They've been having commercials in the middle of the actual PLE. They've been having interviews out the ass. They've been just hyping market all through the whole thing where matches could easily be put, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah, I get it. It's bothersome when it happens like that. But when you start talking about these pay-per-views, we're talking about a couple of things at the end of this. I mean, PLE, pay-per-views, whatever they want to call it. I mean, there's just certain things that happen. And I know this is probably me being picky, and this is my booking / promoter side coming out of me when I see certain things. But this pay-per-view that happened last night was very interesting. And I really want to, I don't really know how to speak on it because it's something that bothers me inside, but I don't know how to express it. You know what I'm saying? It was like, something don't sit right with me, but
I might be able to touch on it as we go along, but let's get it rolling because I think it's easier to deal with each match piecemeal rather than concentrating on defining the whole pay-per-view as a chunk. I think the farther we get into it individually, the more we'll find what's bugging us here.
That's true. I'm trying to get this up real quick. Give me a second.
Well, while you're doing that, to me, I think what it was is this shit to me wasn't nothing more than a SmackDown or a Raw. Far as I'm concerned, there was nothing premium live event or pay-per-view about this match. Every match that I scored, well, I'll come to that later, but there was nothing. I mean, this is something to where the WWE had to put something together. I don't know if it was just their policy or or is it a contract they had to fulfill a pay-per-view every month. Because that's all this was. Most of these matches didn't need to take place. We're going to, if we haven't seen them already on Raw or SmackDown, we're going to see it within the next week or two. So that's nothing that stood out about this pay-per-view.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
All right, let's go on with match one.
Mm-hmm.
That is the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship was on the line. Judgment Day and Finn Balor was taking on Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
Can I kick this off? Cool.
Yeah.
In my opinion, every permanent live event should start off with main event Jey Uso. when he come out, it's electric. I mean, he's out there. Everybody's with him. He getting everybody pumped up. Every PLE should start off with main event Jay. Might need to change his name if he kicking off every pay-per-view though. But I enjoyed this match a lot. I thought the Judgment Day was going to win. The crowd was really into it. Main event Joke was definitely the star. You had all the Judgment Day out there. Yeah, Mommy out there. But the one move that they did, no, it was basically like the Cody cut, the two-way Cody cut. It was looked like the 1D for two guys that's not really teaming together. I thought they pulled it off pretty good. JD McDonough screwed things up. Then Balor took the pin. You got all kind of extra shit going on with the Judgment Day after this match, which was kind of cool as far as the storyline go. I was completely shocked that Jay and Cody won the tag team match and won the titles, though. But the story that they told, and I thought they really did a good job telling the story, I thought it worked, though. So I gave it a 3.25, and I'll be right back.
3.25. Marcus, go ahead.
Well, I gave it a 3 for basically the same reasons that Tony said. I can't add too much to it, other than the fact that, damn, when Rhea was smiling, damn, she was looking good. I was one other thing I would add to it, but I'm interested to see where they're going with this. I thought the wrong team won. I thought Judgment Day should have kept the belts, but I'll just give it a solid 3.
Rob.
I gave this 2 3/4. First of all, they need to be doing more with Cody and Jay. They're two singles stars that should be competing in singles matches. They should not be teaming together, especially since the whole point of bringing Jay to Raw in the first place was to take him out of tag teams and to get him away from the bloodline. Now that both he and Cody have the Raw and SmackDown tag titles, that means that they're basically throwing out everything about the draft, which was more or less useless now, and basically you can plug Cody and Jay back into the bloodline feud at the same time as keeping them in the Judgment Day feud, and you're not only wasting them with tag team, but you're also putting them back in the bloodline thing again. So that drove me nuts. Plus, the beginning of this match was basically just all Cody taking a beating, and it was, you made a good point earlier, Marcus, in that this was a match that you could have easily seen on Raw. And it didn't have the high stakes that a major show should have. And it didn't feel that way until the second half of the match when Jay finally got the tag. So yeah, it was decent for what it was, but it was only 2 3/4 for me. And the wrong team won. Tony was right about that.
Okay, let me go ahead and speak on this. I kind of figured everybody was going to be down on this because of who won. Honestly, I understand why they actually had it to where they won. I get why they gave them the titles. I get why, Jay has a title and, and Cody's involved in it because it gives a little more twist because now guess who's going to be coming after the tag team titles? Solo and Jimmy. So now you got two people that were the longest reigning tag team champions of all history that split up and now they're going to be facing each other. Who was the most influential part of that team to keep the titles and get the titles? Then you got the factors of Solo Sikoa, a guy that's unknown, dangerous as hell, versus Cody Rhodes, who was all the lovable, ego face looking dude that they want to go ahead and say yes, he's the man. So I'm digging what's going on. I'm enjoying it. I love this match. I gotta give this one all 4.5, honestly.
Oh wow.
Because everything they set up in this match was perfect on a mental standpoint. So hey, 4.5.
What did Marcus
Next,
say it was?
oh,
3.
Marcus said 3.0.
Okay, cool.
I gave it 2
Yeah.
3/4, Tony.
I caught yours when I came over.
So let's-
My mom made devil eggs. I was stuffing my mouth with that.
I don't blame you. Devil eggs are
uh-oh.
the angel's food.
Yes, it is.
I want some double A. No, I'm just playing. Actually, no, I'm not playing.
No,
I'm not
I'm
playing.
not either. I want some damn deviled eggs, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Good,
want
boy.
some deviled eggs.
All right, but next matchup, Latino World Order took on Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Tony, go first.
This was better than I expected. I did like I like how they did Carlito's return. Like they didn't have him come out right away and like have the match come out. Then he come out and save them. I love the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley as a team together. There was a Hurricane Rana on the floor that was a 6 spot that I really did like. And on the Hurricane Rana, not on the floor, but there was Hurricane Rana on the floor, and the height that Montez Ford got on the Hurricane Rana was amazing. Like that dude is crazy good. But Carlito came back. I was a little disappointed that he didn't have his music. They changed that up on him. And I really thought he was just more there for just being there than actually participating in the match. I just kind of thought when he came out, I thought he would do more than he actually did. I mean, he looks in phenomenal shape, which was really even more surprising that the in-ring work from him was just kind of like meant to me. But overall, though, I gave the match a 3. I'm interested to see how things are going to go with the new Hurt Business, especially taking this L. But I did enjoy this match. It did entertain me, so I gave it a 3.
Okay. Rob.
This was 2 1/4 for me. Especially, again, this is a match we could have gotten on Raw and probably will get on Raw in some capacity or another. I would have rather have seen Escobar versus Montez Ford, or Ray versus Dawson, or Lashley versus Carly. Any combination of that, I would have rather have seen than scrambling the and Carlito. I guessed he was going to be the guy because there was really only one of 2 people that would have made any sense for them to bring out, either him or Savio Vega. And they've been playing up that association since Backlash. So the surprise kind of fell off the rails for me. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Carlito, and I called a match for Carlito for New Wave Pro. So I appreciate the hell out of that man. But this match just didn't do anything for me, especially since it didn't, again, it didn't have the kind of stakes that it could have. So it was only 2 1/4 for me on this one.
Marcus.
For me, this match was only a 2. It's like to me, the only purpose of this match was to get to bring Carlito back in a big way. And what sucked for me for this match is you use the Hurt Business to do this shit with. Why not use like the Viking Raiders or somebody like that? Not a team who you make it seem like you're going to give them a push by having them lose clean to a guy that's been out of action for however long he's been out of. So that kind of pissed me off. So I
Like playing off quick too. Like he really didn't do much other than the backstabber.
Right,
and
exactly.
the Street Profits as heels need to be highlighted much more.
Right. That's why I was just like, why y'all using them for this shit? I don't understand that. But
yeah,
for me, it was a 2.
Okay. Okay, I got to explain this a little bit. I'm going to try to do it in the shortest amount of time as possible. This was the wrong market for Carlito to come out to. Indianapolis does not have a strong Latino wrestling market. They're going to Chicago the next month. This should have been put off until next month of Survivor Series. Something should have happened to where they get into a fight, they get into an argument, blah, blah, blah. They do hurt one of their dudes like they did now. But going into Survivor Series with a Survivor Series match against each other, who's going to be that guy? And Carlito should have came out then. He would have got a bigger pop. He would have got a bigger appreciation. Because, I mean, hey, I like it here in Indianapolis, but I'm just going to be real. It ain't the venue for it. I hate saying it like that, but I'm just keeping it 100. And this is what I mean about a company understanding their fans. You know, them understanding where they're doing the show at, where they will get the biggest pop at when they bring somebody out, blah, 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 blah. This was a big, huge missed opportunity, unless they were thinking, well, I'm going to bring him out, and they're going to do that type of match on Survivor Series, and they want to sell Carlito on the Survivor Series card, and they're using that as a selling point. Only reason. And I still wouldn't have did it then. It sucks. It was an okay match. I really wasn't enthused by it. I'm giving it a 2.0. So me and Mark is tied on that one. Women's title. This is a triple threat. This is what I call the Rob special here. Io Sky taking on Asuka, taking on Charlotte Flair, baby. Rob, do the honors.
Okay. This may surprise some people, but I gave this 3 1/4. I liked this match, but I didn't love it because there were certain elements that didn't work. The mist. Asuka misted Charlotte at the beginning of the match, and Charlotte should have been out of it longer. The mist has been completely downplayed in both shows that we're covering this week. Julia Hart missed the mist. Yeah.
Not to be confused with the Miz.
Yeah, Asuka used it on Charlotte, and it didn't take her out of the match when it beat Bianca for the title. And later on, it wasn't nearly as effective as it should have been. So, I mean, why the hell use it in the first place if you're not going to make it something deadly? Also, there was Asuka and Charlotte needs to be one match, and Io and Asuka needs to be its own match. Putting all 3 of them together, you either have to highlight Charlotte as the bigger of the 2, or you need to have the Joshis team up on the Queen. The way they played it off didn't exactly work, and the fact that they did the exact same finish that they did with the way that Io won the title, the way that Bianca won the title a couple months ago, it just seemed cut and pasted to me. Overall, it was a great match, but it just didn't do it right. So it was 3 1/4 for me.
Can I go next?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to completely piggyback off what you said, Rob.
Okay.
Especially regarding the miss. Okay. First of all, they showed it in slow motion how the miss completely went over Charlotte's head. And
yeah, that didn't help.
Then on top of that, the announcers are going to sit up here and say, "Oh, when you get shot with the miss, it can leave you helpless for hours to recover." So you say that shit, and 2-3 minutes later, they not only do they show a close up of Charlotte's face when there's no kind of residue on it at all, but she's back in the ring.
Yep.
Now, my thing is, why not just say, "Oh, she recovered so quick because the miss mostly missed her," and go on from there? I mean, instead of treating us like we're stupid and we didn't notice that. So that kind of pissed me off right there. But overall, y'all know how I feel about this. The match was okay. You had 3 women that could work, thank God. But I can only get a match 2.5. It was all right for a 3-way women's match. Like Rob said, same ending as last month. I would have liked a little bit more creativity than that with the finish, but but the women worked hard. It was all right. 2.5.
Go ahead,
Tony.
Yeah.
I could, and it's funny because I was happy you covered the miss though, because with both shows, Julia doing it as well as Aleister Black, Asuka did it. Which when she did it, I thought it was great. And then Charlotte was in the match 2 minutes later because it was like she's out of it. We about to get Io and Asuka 1-on-1 for at least 10 minutes. And then we had the miss later. It's like they overplayed the miss.
Exactly.
I don't think you should have more than one person on the show doing the miss at all, especially when like nobody's doing it effectively. But the match itself, I did enjoy. It didn't live up to my expectation with these 3, but it was still a pretty decent match. Charlotte, I was hoping that Charlotte won because anytime Charlotte's out there, she's definitely my pick. I was really surprised that, it was pretty much a copy paste on the same finish, but I really thought that Io was going to pin Asuka, not Charlotte. So that kind of tells me that maybe we are going to get Io and Asuka 1-on-1 in Chicago, though. But for this match right here, I gave it a 3.
This, if you watch this match, this shows the different levels of wrestling. I can't say it's specifically 3, but this shows the levels of competency in wrestling, I could say. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying any of them are crap. It just shows that how far people are in their career and the difference in it. Unfortunately, Io Sky really exposed herself last night. Yeah. It's hard for me to say this because I want Io Sky to take over, but I just don't think she's ready. There's a lot of things that happened in that match that was missed by Io Sky. A lot. Too much not to notice. And when the few times Asuka and Charlotte was in there, I understand they're familiar with each other, but they were missing things too, but they could make up for it a lot better, and they knew how to cover their mistakes better than Io knew how to cover her mistakes. I wanted this to be better. I was pushing for this, and unfortunately, I think Io just made it to where somebody's going to end up and snatching her title coming up soon. They're not going to have her have the title anymore. They're going to have her work on some more of her stuff, and then she'll be back in contention probably another year or so. But as for right now, she really gave that title away with this type of match. I'm going to give it a 2. I really want to give it more, but I just physically can't because it was sloppy. Io slopped up that match a lot. I love the girl to death, but yeah, I was kind of disappointed. All right. Next matchup is a tag team matchup, and it's scheduled for guess what? One fall.
Oh.
Introducing first, the blockhead with more demands on women than the Republicans in Congress. It's John Cena taking on at LA Knight, taking on the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let Marcus take it with his toe.
This match was absolutely a Raw match with and back in the day Saturday night main event match. That's all it is. Nothing is special about it. We all knew that Jimmy was taking the fall on this match, so it was at best okay. And what did I give this? I gave it 2.5. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing special about this match.
Rob.
Marcus, you are a very sweet man. That was very generous of you.
Okay.
1 3/4. And all of that goes to the heat for LA Knight once he got the tag. Before that, this match was useless. It would have been better on Shotgun Saturday Night. It was a train wreck. Everybody had to slow down for Cena. He doesn't belong in the damn ring. And I can't believe that the Cena divide has actually been killed by AEW. You got the Let's Go Cena, but the Cena Sucks went away because all the Cena Sucks fans are watching AEW.
No,
Oh my God, it was Cena needs to go away. He sucks. And the fact that everybody's got to dance around him and slow everything down so that the prima donna actor can keep up with everybody is pathetic. It also doesn't help that Solo Sikoa, talented as he is, has the pace of a snapping turtle. It's insane that Jimmy Uso has to slow down and Knight has to slow down in order to accommodate both of these guys. They just don't work. This should never have been a tag match. It should have never been a match to begin with. Cena sucks. And the concept sucks, and McAfee's introduction, I'm sorry, I know that you guys love him on commentary, but he was absolutely terrible.
He was.
Especially he and Graves. McAfee sucked the air out of my lungs and out of my soul when he came out there. Especially introducing Cena. Okay, Danielson versus Sabre Jr. represents exactly the product I want. This match represents the product I don't. In spades. Everything about this match represents everything that I hate about WWE in general. So 1.75, and that's a gift.
Okay, Tony, let me take next.
Okay.
Didn't we just say a couple of seconds ago that people like different types of wrestling and blah, blah, blah? And didn't we just...
I know. Yes, we did.
Okay, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a Cena fan myself. Okay.
Okay.
But, again, this is the time WWE gets the special guest right for the venue that they're catering to. Muscle-bound white dude that runs around and says crazy stuff that gets everybody. But I'm not playing. I'm not trying to be a jerk or nothing. But I'm being serious. I mean, the venue is perfect for John. These are people that want to be John Cena. They watch his movies and they try to act like him on the street.
These people are John Cena.
No, don't do that. No, because they couldn't make a wish if they tried. But my thing is, this was a perfect pick for this venue. So I understand the tag match because not only are you getting a pick, You're getting that rub from John Cena's popularity to the man that needs to get popular and needs to get more out there, LA Knight. I understand the tag. I understand that. What I didn't understand is how do you have Solo Sikoa walk around when you have John Cena in there as this? Because not only did Cena, this is how good Cena is, and I'm starting to realize this. Not only did he give the rub to LA Knight by being a tag partner and blah blah blah, he also sold Solo Sikoa as being a brute because he was taking an ass whooping through that whole match. Something I did not expect to see. I thought it was going to be LA Knight taking a beating, and then they tag in Cena for the heroic. Here's the cape, fly. No, they said you ain't getting the cape this time, Cena. Guess what? It's LA Knight's turn, and you know what? Everything reflected, boosted not only LA Knight, but he elevated Solo Sikoa at the same time. Excellent, excellent, excellent way to do it. I'm sorry, I understood everything that they were doing in this. I get why they doing it is. It's a stepping stone towards Survivor Series. So I had to give it a 3.75 because of the execution. And yeah, I had to because that was smart booking. It was smart booking, and it was smart execution going towards further in the future, not only for LA Knight, but Solo Sikoa itself and the story itself.
Well, maybe I fully acknowledge that maybe I'm being a wrestling snob here,
Yes.
and that I am not understanding the mentality of the Indianapolis audience. But
Yes.
my God, I contest the idea that Cena has any rub left to give.
He does.
I really do.
He does.
The Rock's making $20 million and he's making $15 million a movie. How much more rub can you get except you get Laurie season salt?
I'm sorry, popular culture just doesn't click with me.
I get it. It don't click with me sometimes either. I'm getting old. I'm realizing that.
But
at the same time,
it clicks with 90% of the WWE audience.
The
right.
WWE audience, exactly.
The guys,
But that's their target audience, Rob.
The guys in Indianapolis. I mean, I hate saying it, but it's the truth. You know, I wish they would have did Carlito like this though. Because if they would have brought him as a surprise in Chicago, think about that pop that would have been All State Center with all the Latinos that go to the show there.
Yeah.
You know, it was misplacement on one end, perfect placement on the other. So, hey, 50-50, I guess you can't knock them too hard, right?
Yeah. Well, what do you think, Tony?
Well, the reason they brought Carlito back here and not in Chicago is, well, we're going to see how the rumors play out, because if CM Punk does come back in Chicago, that's why Carlito came back here.
I think that's the other thing too. I think that's the other thing too. So I agree with you on that, but I still think you could have did it though. I think you could have got a big pop for him, and unless CM Punk is coming during the show instead of the end of the show, that's the only way I say you don't do it. Is because he's going to be in the middle of the show before they match. But if he's going to come at the end, I don't see what's wrong with having both of them. You get double pops there. It's like buy one, get one free at Kroger.
But seriously, I was like, it's still like wrestling in general. Both companies like to keep them separate. Like when Danielson came to AEW, they had them a month apart between him and Punk. I don't know why. I would bring him. Yeah, I would do multiple returns in the night.
Well, if you remember that same night, Danielson came back, Adam Cole came back, and I thought that took away from Adam Cole's pop because Danielson had just came back like an hour earlier.
I don't know. I don't think Adam Cole deserved a pop, but that's just me. But go ahead, Tony.
I get, and the reason why you don't have Cena suck anymore is not because the Cena suck people are watching AEW. It's because he's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Since he's been gone, that's why you don't get the Cena suck, because the Cena suck was everybody being mad that He's there every single week. He's winning every single week. I don't see him that much anymore. So now there's no more Cena sucks. That's the real reason. The
You know
only
what,
thing I
Jim?
did
Oh, go
the,
ahead. Sorry.
the only thing I did not like about this match is how much Cena was in it versus LA Knight. They really could have accomplished the same. I thought I would have liked to see more LA Knight in this match. It just felt like LA Knight would now he got the hot tag, came in and got the win. I would just like to see LA Knight wrestle more in this match than Cena because he's right now at this point in his career can wrestle more. But he definitely benefited from the rub from Cena. Cena is, as they put it, he's their GOAT. And they're still marketing him as their GOAT. So yeah, if you can get a rub off of Cena, it's definitely doing good for the young talent. I didn't like it as much as you, Bobby, but I did like it more than those guys. I gave it a 3. And I thought Pat McAfee on commentary was excellent. I enjoyed hearing him out there because I mean
I did too.
And the reason why I love Pat McAfee out there in commentary is because I'm sick of the cookie cutter commentary that WWE have that is old, bland, and it just bored the fuck out of me. Give me some energy and everything. Pat McAfee brings the energy.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so next matchup was the main event.
Rob, we can't hear you. If you were talking, Rob, we didn't hear you.
I'm sorry. I said McAfee brings the energy on commentary, but he brings the stupid too. Drove me nuts. Between he and Moxley, I wanted to mute the whole damn thing.
Yeah, but you got like Corey Graves and Booker T who bring the stupid and no energy.
I know they suck too. I'm not
That's
defending
what
them.
I mean, he's a breath of fresh air compared to what we've been getting from WWE commentators.
Yeah, but that's like the difference between a cabbage fart and a sausage fart. It's unpleasant either way.
I don't know. Cabbage farts. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. That's a whole different territory of indulgence there. And thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus.
Yes.
That was a road I should not have gone down, and I apologize profusely.
That's right. That hurts the highway. Anyway, next match.
Oh.
All right. Next matchup is for the world title. Seth freaking Rollins taking on Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm just gonna go on and get mine over with first because I'm going to probably bring everybody down with this. So let me start on a low note. What the hell was this? Yeah. I don't know what the hell this was. Why? This had no. You just wasted Nakamura. You wasted all this time. You wasted my patience. You wasted my. That just makes me this type of crap right here makes me want to go back to AEW. Seriously. I don't know what the hell they were doing. This last man standing was dumb. D-U-M. You don't even get the B. Dumb. And I'm sorry. I did not like this match at all. I think this put Shinsuke in a shitty position. I think they treated Shinsuke wrong again. I gave this what did I didn't even write the score down. I was so mad at this, I didn't even write the score down. I'm gonna give it a 175. So Marcus, yeah.
Man, Bobby, we must have been watching this together because I also forgot to write the score down, and I think I gave it 1.5 because I mean, I don't know if I'm just tired of seeing these kind of matches. There was nothing that stood out about it. This whole program I thought didn't make sense. Although I was glad they were using Shinsuke, I didn't understand why it was Seth chasing him, being a champion that just beat him last month. Trying to make it.
I understand that part.
Well, I don't, but but nonetheless, this match did nothing for me. I mean, I'm gonna be running low on time, so just 1.5.
I guess. Tony.
I gave it a 4.5.
Whoa, what?
I
the
enjoyed
fuck?
this match.
Oh my
I
goodness.
really did. I mean, from the entrance, they were singing some song. I mean, and
Ooh.
Jeez.
and there was, and it was. I mean, I thought they did the last man standing well. There was a lot of good spots in this match. I mean, Seth was selling his ass off, and I think the part of the reason why he was selling his ass off is because his ass was really fucking hurting, and he wasn't selling. It was fucking his reality right now. The only thing, and the reason why they get a higher score is if you're gonna do the mist into the face and then push him off the ladder into the table, that should have been it. But I mean, you guys are saying like we don't like how Shinsuke Nakamura is being used. Did anybody think he was winning when this feud started? Really?
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
I actually did it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't
I
think he had a
was
chance to hell
wishing
win
he
this.
would, but yeah.
I did not see him winning the title at all. Like
Mm-mm.
from the beginning of this feud, I never looked at him as a threat to take the title. So him not winning did not bother me because I didn't expect him to win. Until he missed him in the face and pushed him off the ladder, I was at that moment like, holy shit, are they about to pull the trigger on this? Which would have prolonged the feud because then they would have had a rematch and wrestle again. But since Seth won, maybe the feud was over. But I enjoyed this from beginning to end. They lost points for the miss, 4.5. Your turn, Rob.
Okay, I gave this 4.25. This match was what the Christian Cage Darby Allin match should have been.
No.
No?
Hell no.
Yeah,
No, what I'm
Rob.
saying is that
What?
no. This match did the extreme elements right. That this was what they were going for a classic Texas death.
So basically, Christian and Darby was booked as a 2 out of 3 fall, just straight up wrestling match.
Exactly, but it
wasn't
degenerated
booked to be what it was. Which
right. It degenerated into that because of the storyline. But this was supposed to be that way because of Rollins's back. And they booked it that way. And Tony is right. It did lose some points because of the mist and the way that they handled that. And it did drag toward the end. And they did have to go to like certain extremes to end it. And I thought Nakamura was legitimately going to win so that they could like take the feud to the next level and have Rollins win it back. All in all, Bobby is right in that Nakamura has been wasted in the way that they used him, especially his introduction, which is one of the most awesome entrances they have. And what the hell was up with Rollins's entrance? I don't know where he got that jacket, but he should have left it in the dumpster.
Whoa. His wife probably got that for him.
Becky's ring entrance sucks too.
Wait.
I can't stand the shit she wears.
I meant he probably got that from his husband because, she's the man.
Well, wherever he got it, it needs to be trashed. But this match, like Bobby said, different people are entertained by different things, and I thought this match was on the level. So, I enjoy Nakamura's work every time he goes out there, and WWE again, just like they did with Swerve Strickland, they missed the boat on Nakamura because they keep using him like this, and they never put him in the proper spot. So I gave this 4.25. Both of these guys work well together, and I hope they do something after this, but they probably won't.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, WWE has used Nakamura wrong ever since he lost that match to AJ Styles at WrestleMania. So
Yes.
them using him wrong here did not surprise me because they've been using him wrong for years.
NXT was the best Nakamura that we've ever had, and
Yeah.
it should have continued.
Yes. But he should go back.
Okay. So we have went through the reviews. We got those down. So this is where we're at right now. We're gonna pick the match of the show from each show, and those will go head on head to see which one had the best match out of these pay-per-views. So, Tony, let's start with AEW. Who do you have at AEW as your match of the show?
Easily Brian Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Marcus.
The same.
You already know Rob's.
Oh yeah, I don't even have to say it. Danielson, Sabre Jr.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Hangman Page and the Young Bucks.
Fuck no! You kidding? That's like comparing prime rib to spam.
True. I have a tough choice to make because I got two perfect scores. I got Swerve beating the hell out of Hangman Page. Was that my perfect, or was that not perfect?
No, I thought your perfect was. Well, I know you had Christian Cage as your perfect.
Yeah, it's Christian Cage.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Cage and Allen.
Yeah, and that's hard. Oh, that's real hard.
That's what she said. And thank you for joining us on FTW Future.
And she liked it.
Thank you for joining.
Uh,
Oh boy.
God, this is hard, man, because I like both of them.
Man, Nick Wayne's mom made me hard.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the point here. Yeah, I'm gonna go different. I'm gonna give it to Cage.
Oh, okay. Cage and Allen for you. Okay.
And that's barely that's like barely a difference. WWE, Marcus.
The opening match. The New Day against Cody and Jay.
Judgment Day versus
Yeah.
Yeah, I say New Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong day.
Yeah.
Judgment Day. Yes, it is.
Rob.
I want to see Rhea do the W. Rhea do that shit.
Oh, good Lord. Mine was Rollins Nakamura.
Pero.
Okay, so mine was the opening match too.
Based on ratings, though, the opening match got the higher ratings when you average our scores out.
True. So
that could be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, that's true. So we got Brian Daniels, Daniel Bryan, or however you want to say it.
Oh, that's how I get confused with his name too. Flipping his name back and forth.
Danielson and Sabre Jr.
Sabre Jr. taking on the Judgment Day and Cody and Jey Uso. Who is the one that will come out as the match of the pay-per-views? Marcus, with your heart tongue, let us know what it is.
Oh, easily. I think it should be unanimous. Danielson and Sabre Jr.
Ditto. I concur. Match of the year candidate, maybe the winner already.
Tony?
Marcus, you thought I was going to be in clean sweep.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I was about to say, what the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah.
You had me there.
No, easily Brian Anderson and Zack Sabre Jr.
Sabre Jr.
Okay, so yeah, it's a clean sweep because I got to give it to him. I geeked out over that, man. I mean, that even though I love what they did on the Judgment Day, I still got to geek over that match.
And
So,
just a little footnote too, like if it would have been Christian Cage and Darby Allin, I think it still would have been a sweep.
yeah,
Yeah, probably.
But just because you have match of the night, don't mean you got the show of the night. So now we're gonna go one-on-one, head-to-head. We're gonna start off with Rob. I want you to tell me.
Get the obvious out the way, huh?
I want you to tell me which one was your show of the night and why.
Obviously, I'm going to go with WrestleDream as the pay-per-view, the show of the night, because we had at least half the card over 4 stars, a match of the decade candidate, and compared to Fastlane having a 1.75, and aside from one match feeling like a 3-hour Raw. So to me, there was just no comparison. WrestleDream just kicked it.
Tony.
Here's what I like about Fastlane more than WrestleDream: the number of matches. I really think WrestleDream still could have been shorter. I'm serious. Like they still putting too many matches on their card. But as far as the match, the quality of the show itself, it's not even close. WrestleDream was a much better pay-per-view. I enjoyed Fastlane, but not as much as WrestleDream.
Marcus.
It's not even comparable to me. If I would have paid for Fastlane, I would have been pissed because basically paying to watch Raw. So it's not even comparable to me. WrestleDream was far superior product than Fastlane.
And my pick, and honestly, it was a lot closer for me. I didn't have that runaway that AEW had with you guys. I thought it was a lot closer because sometimes the quality of the matches. And Tony, I'm jealous because you got Mama's food. Oh. I'm done. But all right, but sometimes it's not as many matches as the quality of the matches. And I mean, I got to say WWE did drop the ball on some of these matches. A couple of these matches were off. But I mean, AEW also had some matches that was garbage, toxic waste. I mean, throw it away, and it's like Chernobyl. Don't dig in that ground. Don't dig in that ground. You don't know what's gonna come up.
The second half of the pay-per-view was definitely better than the first. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but there were some matches on there. Number one, that didn't even need to be on the card in AEW, and number two,
like I said, they need to trim that card down.
Yeah, he's killing people with these 18-hour marathons. It's getting ridiculous.
Everybody don't need to be on the pay-per-view.
Right. And the thing is, if all of the matches were good, you had an 18-hour marathon, you could get away with it, but you ain't getting away with this crap either. Universal Stark could have, yeah, no. Yeah. There was another one. The 4-way tag was ridiculous. That, yeah. I don't give a damn how much they EVPs. The Jericho match could have, yeah. So you got 3 matches right there, which goes down to 6. So it's almost even there, 66 matches. And with those 6 matches, yeah, guess what? I got to give it to AEW. AEW did pull out a better card with those 6 matches versus the WWE's 5. I think it was an off night for WWE though, and I think this was just a block in the road, a foundation point for Survivor Series. That's how they treated it.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Indianapolis got crapped on. But hopefully, by what McAfee's talking about, everything will be solved. Because the next point that I want to make up, since it's 6:15, we got about 5 minutes. Pat McAfee came out and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, how about a WrestleMania here in Indianapolis?"
Place went nuts.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It ain't nothing else here to do.
Well, it would be the first one since 8.
It'd be the first one the whole state would be at the same location at one time. Even people that don't like wrestling be like, well, I might as well go to that stuff. Ain't that story? But honestly, seriously, what is your thoughts on a WrestleMania being here in Indianapolis? Marcus, you're in Chicago, so you probably could care less, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. My question is, would it happen before England? Because didn't Cena just do this shit a couple of months ago? You know, and I'm thinking, you know, they would do England because of what AEW did before they would do Indianapolis. I mean, I'm sure they'll get to both eventually, but you know, I mean, hell, that's fine.
Well, they kind of plan this 2 or 3 years down the road, the same way that the Olympics do.
Right. So
yeah.
I mean that's fine. You all got the dome out there, so you know, I mean, you know, it would work. You know, I mean, I mean, to answer y'all question, no, I'm not driving 3 hours up there to come see that shit. No, I mean, no, I'm gonna be sitting here watching it on the cock, like, you know, like I do every WrestleMania since this happened. But you know,
he's watching the cock.
Yeah, you know.
Thank you for joining us on FTW Future Focus. I'm going to count that one.
I mean, that's fine. I don't care. That's fine.
Hey, I'll put Marcus on the board.
Yeah.
But you want me to go next? Okay, sure. This should have happened a long time ago. Lucas Oil is a huge place, nice stadium. They had a Super Bowl there already. They should have already considered it for WrestleMania. Bobby probably has a point about the public transportation issues, but I think it may be more the weather. They're worried about snow still being on the ground in the first week of April, and like travel arrangements getting screwed up, that sort of thing could play into it, why they don't like going to Indianapolis for major shows. That being said, I would be perfectly happy going to WrestleMania in Indy if we could get a press pass for it, because like I've said on this program before, $21 billion from Endeavor is enough. WWE doesn't need my money. If we can go there on a professional capacity, I would be more than happy to attend, and Indianapolis certainly needs the exposure, but Vince McMahon don't need my dollar. Not no more.
Tony.
As a resident of Indiana, I like it. I would be honest with you though, if I still lived in Chicago, I wouldn't care if it came here or not, because when I was thinking of like where you're gonna travel to for WrestleMania, I think of Texas, Florida, California. There's nice places to be in April. But being here though, absolutely. But with a little footnote though, as much as I'd like to see WrestleMania here, I would have much rather get Royal Rumble. I've been to Mania, been to Survivor, SummerSlam, haven't been to a Rumble. I'd rather have a Rumble here than Mania.
That's your favorite one anyway, so.
It is my favorite one, yeah. I love the Royal Rumble.
Good point. I've never been to a Royal Rumble.
All right, let me just state some stuff. I work in the hotel industry, as everybody knows, and it's the one thing that I see that's going to really hurt Indianapolis getting a WrestleMania, except for Pat McAfee backing it, and that's the infrastructure. Not only public transportation, but downtown traffic is terrible. Downtown traffic, it makes no sense. Whoever built those streets was drunk. I mean, they got more potholes in it than Tiger Woods golf course. You know, I mean, I don't like. And of course, the mayor would hurry up and do something real quick. You know, but you have a large homeless population downtown too, so it makes me worry what they're going to do with those guys. And you know, when events but big like that come around, they don't want nothing like that around. So it kind of bothers me because some people could get displaced and really, really hurt by a WrestleMania coming here. I would love to see it as far as being a person that's living here and as a wrestling fan. But if you break down the demographics and all the political structure and everything that goes around, I think it would hurt the city more than help it. You might get $2 million or $10 million off of the profits. But number one, look who you displaced, look who you moved, look what you did to the city for it to happen. So it's a mixed bag for me. I mean, the reason I asked Marcus why and what he thought is because one of the things that attracts a big event like that is what can they draw from other cities? Because those are the guys that's going to be paying the hotel fees when it goes up from $100 a night, $150 a night, up to $300, $400, $500 a night. So that's why I asked Marcus, to see what he thought, because he's the type of people that they're attracting. He's the type of people that they want to come to the show. Somebody that don't live in the town that's going to get a hotel, a rental car, blah, 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 and spend all that money in the city of Indianapolis so they can collect those tax dollars. That's just the way it is. And I disagree with the winter aspect because they're doing it in Philadelphia next year. I mean, Philadelphia is cold, same as we are. Snow on the ground, same as we are sometimes.
They did New York and WrestleMania outside a few years back.
Well, to be fair,
they did WrestleMania in New York outdoors.
Well, to be fair, Philly and New York have better ways of taking care of the snow than Indianapolis does.
That's my point. It's the infrastructure. Here ain't like Chicago. Chicago, it snows, it's cleaned up in a heartbeat. I loved it.
Sometimes.
Oh, that's way better. It's way better than America.
It's way better than what happens with us.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the Blackhawks are playing outside.
Yeah, you can get a foot of snow in Chicago and only be shut down for 48 hours. You get a foot and a half of snow in Indianapolis, you're done for about 2 weeks.
Wait. No. Ain't 48 hours before a foot of snow. They're getting that done in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. You're going to be late for work.
Let's just say in certain parts of the city, yeah.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Yeah, you get from Chicago, you're going to work a couple hours later.
Yeah.
It'll be a late start that day.
Some parts of the south side of the city don't give a shit about it. So.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Certain parts, yes.
Yeah. North side will be cleaned up. South side, yeah.
Well, I lived in Edgewater when I lived in Chi-Town, so I recognize that.
Yeah. But hey, good set, guys, ladies and gentlemen. This has been fun. Hopefully, you guys are watching on replay. Watching live here off the FTW network message board, FTW website. Guys, check that out. I'll be putting a couple of articles on there this week. Probably by next Saturday or on next Saturday, because I got another Saturday off, guys. That's shocking.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you, Marcus Buckley, Robert Black, Tony Motown Allen. I am your host of Mastermind Bob Rogers. Signing off this edition of the FTW Future Focus. We will definitely and absolutely see you, I guess, in the future. Bye, guys.
Hit it. Oh, how you feel, brother? Feeling good. You feel good? Feeling good. It's there's so much bone, brother. How you feel, man? I feel all right. I call your name. I don't want no people to know you're in here. How you feel, fella? Hey, yeah. Sure getting down. Look at him. We're gonna have a funky good time. 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 Let's take 'em up, Fred. We gotta take you high. Yeah. Ow. All right. You wanna do it again? You wanna do it again, huh? Yeah, let's do it. We gotta take you high. Yeah. Hey, brother. Yeah. Now I want everybody. Let Fred blow about 2 choruses, and then I want to wave you in. Let's go and do that. We did this now. All right. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna get that fella with the little horn over there. You got James Horn on me. Fred, can you take us higher? Yeah. Take us higher.